Imagine scrolling through your feed and stumbling on a horse, doing something so jaw-dropping, so utterly impossible that you had to stop and watch again and again. That's exactly what millions of people around the world did last week. When a single video clip hit the internet, a horse performing moves that no one thought were even possible. At first, some viewers thought it was fake, CGI, a prank. But the footage spread too quickly, the angles too real, the reactions too raw. This wasn't a trick of editing. This was something else entirely. From news anchors to late-night comedians, everyone's talking about it. Some call it a miracle of training. Others whisper about dangerous experiments or even genetic engineering. And behind the scenes, there are already reports of celebrities and billionaires trying to track down this horse, desperate to claim it for themselves. But here's the kicker. No one can agree on what they actually saw. Was it a rare natural talent, a secret technique hidden from the world, or the beginning of something far more shocking? Tonight, we're pulling back the curtain on the horse that defied reality. And the truth may be even crazier than the footage itself. It started like any other upload. A shaky camera, the sound of wind blowing through the microphone, and a horse stepping into frame. Nothing unusual, until the horse moved. Not the typical trot, not the familiar canter. No, this horse seemed to dance. Its legs struck the ground with precision, rhythm, almost like choreography. Within seconds, the clip went from an ordinary barnyard video to something that looked more like a performance you'd expect at a world-class stage show. The crowd online erupted. The first people to see it thought they were watching some kind of trick, maybe even a joke at it. But then more angles surfaced. Fans who were allegedly there that night uploaded their own clips. No special effects, no flashy cuts, just raw, shocking footage of a horse performing movements so smooth and complex that professional dancers began commenting things like, "This animal moves better than me." By sunrise, the video had already crossed millions of views. Twitter threads dissected the clip frame by frame. TikTok flooded with duets of influencers gasping, replaying the horse's moves in slow motion, some even trying to imitate the horse's footwork themselves. Memes sprouted like wildfire, captions reading, "When the horse outdances you at your own wedding," or "Step aside, Beyoncé, we've got a new headliner." But here's where things got strange. Professional equestrians chimed in and, instead of laughing, they looked unsettled. Many said they had never seen a horse move like this. Not in dressage, not in liberty training, not anywhere. Horses could be trained to rear, bow, even spin. But this was something else, something unexplainable. Theories swarmed. Was the horse trained by some underground expert with secret methods? Was it a 1 in a billion genetic anomaly? Or, as the darker corners of the internet whispered, was it something unnatural? Some accused the handlers of using drugs, stimulants, or even surgical modifications. The debate turned ugly, but it only fed the views. Journalists tried to trace the source of the video. The original uploader? A small account with barely any followers before the clip blew up. Within hours, the account vanished, deleted, without explanation. Conspiracy theorists latched onto this instantly. Was someone trying to cover their tracks? Who didn't want the world to know about this horse? Meanwhile, celebrities jumped on the wave. A famous talk show host replayed the clip live, joking that the horse deserved its own Vegas residency. A pop star tweeted, "If this horse goes on tour, I'm buying front row tickets." Behind the jokes, though, there was a darker undertone. If the footage was real, and by now nearly everyone agreed it was, then we were witnessing something unprecedented. A horse breaking the limits of what people thought possible. And with that came money. Reports surfaced that wealthy collectors and breeders were already making offers. Insiders whispered that the bids weren't in the thousands, not even the millions, but in the tens of millions. One unverified leak claimed that a tech billionaire offered a private island in exchange for ownership of the horse. The internet was already losing its mind. But then the story hit the celebrity circuit. And when stars get involved, things spiral fast. The first celebrity to react? A global pop icon. She posted a reaction video of herself watching the horse, literally falling off her chair and screaming, "Somebody book this horse for my tour." That clip alone racked up 10 million views in under a day. Then, a famous movie star reposted the footage with the caption, "Hollywood has its next leading man, and it's not human." The comment section turned into chaos. Fans tagged each other nonstop. Late-night talk shows played the video on loop, making jokes about the horse being cast in the next Marvel film. But while celebrities were laughing, others weren't. Industry insiders began whispering about something more sinister. A leaked screenshot allegedly showed a billionaire breeder offering to pay $15 million just to secure rights to the horse. No one could confirm it, but it didn't matter. The rumor alone was enough to fuel weeks of speculation. And that's when the conspiracies exploded. Whole communities formed online, each one convinced they had the answer. Some said the horse was the result of secret government experiments, a genetic program gone rogue. They pointed to the horse's unusual movement, saying it wasn't training, it was biology engineered in a lab. Others believed the footage was a marketing stunt, a luxury brand allegedly creating the world's most perfect horse to launch an advertising campaign. Was this just a long con to sell products to the rich and famous? And then came the darkest theory, that the horse's movements weren't natural at all, but the result of cruel, hidden training methods. Whispers of electric shocks, drugs, even surgical alterations began to flood the forums. No evidence, no proof, but the accusations stuck like wildfire. The footage had transformed a single animal into a global obsession, a cultural icon, and, for some, a potential ticket to unimaginable wealth and influence. But the real question was, how? How could a horse do something the entire world believed was impossible? And if this was just the beginning, what else was hiding in the shadows of this story? Because one thing was certain, the world had never seen a horse do this before. And the deeper people dug, the stranger, darker, and more shocking the truth began to look. And so we arrive at the question everyone is asking. What did we really witness? A horse that dances like a professional, moves like no animal should, and leaves experts scratching their heads. Was it raw talent, an undiscovered form of training, or something far more engineered than anyone wants to admit? What started as a shaky clip on a forgotten account has spiraled into a worldwide obsession. It's no longer just about one horse. It's about the idea of pushing boundaries, of breaking what we thought was possible. But behind the laughter, the memes, and the celebrity reactions, there's an unsettling reality. If this horse can do this, what else is happening in the hidden corners of breeding barns, training camps, and secret stables? How much of what we see online is the truth? And how much is a performance crafted to dazzle us, to distract us, or even to sell us a fantasy? The silence from the original uploader speaks louder than words. The bidding wars, the vanishing accounts, the guarded convoys, it all hints at something bigger. Something the world isn't supposed to see yet. Maybe what we saw wasn't just a horse breaking limits. Maybe it was a glimpse into a future none of us are ready for. One thing's for certain, you have never seen a horse do this before, and the internet may never be the same again. Whether miracle, mystery, or manipulation, this animal has already earned its place in history. But the story doesn't end here. In fact, it's only just beginning. Because somewhere out there, behind the closed doors of luxury barns and private estates, deals are being made. Secrets are being kept. And the next time this horse appears, it might not just be in a viral clip. It might be on the world stage, front and center, impossible to ignore. And that's where you come in. If you've stayed with us through this unbelievable story, don't just walk away wondering. Hit that subscribe button right now, because when the next chapter drops, you'll want to be the first to know. Smash that like button if you think this horse is real, and leave a comment with your theory. Is this the dawn of a new era in training, or the biggest hoax the internet has ever fallen for? And most importantly, share this video with your friends, because everyone needs to see this footage for themselves and decide where they stand. You've never seen a horse do this before. The world is watching, the truth is waiting, and the next revelation could change everything. Subscribe now. Don't miss the next chapter.